You came forth as joyous beings, without exception, with an eagerness of exploration of contrast, understanding that that contrast would produce expansion that then you intended to line up with. You said, I'll go forth and I'll explore and new ideas will occur to me, and when they shoot out of me vibrationally, I may not even be aware that I've given birth to it, but the expansion will take place. And we said, and when the expansion takes place, we will give our undivided attention to the expansion, and we will hold our attention upon it, and law of attraction will respond to it, and it will become a beaming signal, a throbbing light, a calling in the darkness, a calling of you, the rest of you, to that expansion, which the contrast has provided for all of us. And you said, and then I will pay attention to the way I feel, and I will use that as my guidance to know whether after I have given birth to an expanding part of me, I am moving in the direction of the expansion or in opposition to the expansion. Whether I'm allowing who I really am to be or whether I'm disallowing who I am to be. Whether I'm allowing alignment with who I am or whether I'm resisting alignment with who I am. And we all agreed it is the perfect process. It is the perfect premise. It is the perfect setup for eternal, joyous expansion. So, everything's going along swimmingly. Your source energy, a part of you, you send forth into this physical experience. Splat, you're born, and then you are exploring. And then you are exploring contrast. And when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. It's going along very well. And then, where it begins to not work so well for you is when the contrast causes you to give birth to a desire, and a part of you expands, but you don't follow your guidance because you've been taught that there's no gain without pain, and that anything worth doing is worth doing well, and that those that pay the price get the bigger reward, and that the world doesn't revolve around you, and that it's not supposed to be fun, and that life isn't fair. Where do they get this stuff? It's like you take your boat down to the river's edge, and here's this wonderful stream moving downstream, and you turn your boat upstream and begin paddling very hard. And we say, why not let go and just go with the flow? And you say, no, there's some satisfaction in struggle. Most everybody else is struggling. The monuments are about those who struggle. And I want a monument. And we want you to understand that everything that you want is downstream. You didn't set yourself up for struggle. You set yourself up for deciphering contrast for the point of choosing. In the same way that you might go to a beautiful buffet with so much to choose from, some of it that appeals to your palate and some of it that doesn't, but you never ever feel the impulse to shout at them, why is that there? Take it away. I don't want to eat it. Take it away. Get it away from me. And the nice people behind the counter would say, well, just don't put any of it on your plate. And you might say, well, if it's there, it could get on my plate. I don't want any of that on my plate. It would make me feel ever so much better if you would just get it away. Get it away. I'm sure none of these other people want it either. No one would want that. Get it away. Get it away. Don't make me make a law about this. I'll get my bombs and guns, I will. I'll enforce this. I'll make it so that you have to get that away. And then before you know it, it's on your plate. And you say, see, I told you that would get on my plate if you didn't get rid of it. And we say, it gets on your plate because you are giving your attention to it. There is no pushing away. There is no law of detraction. There is no law of disallowing. In other words, it's all about attraction and inclusion. You cannot push something away, and your attention to it calls it to you and you to it. So, as you are considering this powerful law of attraction, this most powerful law, the only law in the universe really worth talking about, because it is the basis of all things. This powerful law that causes a coalescing of all things that are of like vibration. So, this powerful law of attraction is responding all around you. You get what you think about whether you want it or not. And that is absolute. Anything you give your attention to, notice it. In other words, start paying attention to the way law of attraction responds to you. As soon as you activate something in your vibration, you start seeing it. And it isn't because it wasn't always there. It isn't that everything's moving around and putting those things magically in front of you. It's that once it's active in your vibration, your deciphering process sees it. Do you know that when you walk into a room, you are observing on many, many levels, more than you know? What you see with your eyes is a vibrational interpretation. What you hear is a vibrational interpretation. What you smell and feel and taste, all vibrational interpretation. Really. Now we know you're so good at it that you don't really get that. You say, Abraham, I just taste things. I don't vibrationally interpret them. I just taste them. I just see things. I was born doing that. I just do that. And we say, we know the evolution of your species is doing so much vibrational interpreting that you don't even know that you're doing it. But now, consider this. You are vibrationally interpreting on many other levels. So let's say that you have a subject that you've never considered, so it's not active within you. And because it's not active within you, you're not vibrationally interpreting it. So you're walking around this world, you're moving around with other people who are having that experience because it is active in their vibration, but you're not having that experience because it's not vibrationally active in your vibration, so you are not vibrationally interpreting it. When you give your attention to it, just for a little bit, and it becomes active, 17 seconds is enough to get it started. Stay there another 17 and another until you cross the 68-second mark. It's active enough in your vibration that now you will begin to vibrationally interpret it. Esther said, Jerry, have you seen my beautiful gold fountain pen? I cannot find it. Jerry said, haven't seen it in a while. When was the last time you saw it? And Esther said, I can't remember. I think it was before we moved. And so Esther began looking for the pen that she had concluded, even before she brought Jerry into it, that was lost. My pen is lost. My beautiful fountain pen that I got out only for really special letters that I'm writing is lost. My pen is lost. My pen is lost. My pen is lost. Well, Esther activated within herself the vibration that said, my pen is lost. And even though her pen was nearby, it was not vibrationally available for her vibrational interpretation of it, because her vibration did not allow her to see something that she had decided she could not see. You see how it works? We're not kidding you. You are zigging and zagging with all kinds of things that you want. You are blind to many things you want, because what's active within you is not the presence of what you want, but the absence of what you want. It's not just that you're missing opportunities and you're missing rendezvous and that people that could help you are zigging while you're zagging. It's not only that you are missing the concepts, that the ideas can't occur to you, that you're not leaving the house at the right time in order to rendezvous with what you want. It's not only that. It is all of that, but it's not only that. It's that you cannot find that which is vibrationally not active within you. In other words, law of attraction lines it up, and you say, oh, well, surely I can use my eyes and I can see, and I can sort out the piles with my eyes. And we say, yes, you can. And it is the slow and very hard, mediocre way to go about it. If you will begin to use the power of your mind, and if you will harness your conscious, deliberate knowledge of law of attraction, and if you will deliberately tune your vibration to the things that you want, and by that we mean deliberately untune yourself to the things you don't want. And of course, you cannot untune yourself. You can only look at something else. You cannot deactivate something. You only can activate something else. Every subject is two subjects. It's like a stick, and when you pick it up, one end is the presence of something wanted, and the other end is the absence of something wanted. Every subject is the same way. When you activate a subject and you train yourself to the end of the stick that is what you want about it, your world will be transformed, because the things that matter relative to that will begin to appear to you. And as deliberate creators, and you are that, as deliberate creators, nothing is more fun than getting your hands in that kind of clay. Nothing is more exhilarating than to be alive in this physical body, to have contrast inspire something new to you, to know by the way you feel that you're not yet a match to it, to see by the evidence of that which is coming to you that you're not yet a match to it, and then to deliberately tune yourself into vibrational alignment with what you want, and then witness the cooperative universe that is bringing then to you the evidence of your alignment. It is powerful, and it is law, and it is certain, and you can do it. And when you give your attention more to what you want and less to what you don't want, you will begin to see those tides turn. So Esther said, as she went through every door and every box and every cupboard and every counter. She opened her wardrobes and reached in every pocket of everything that she had ever worn. She went to her handbag cabinet and opened every purse and reached in every purse, in all the lining. She reached everywhere. She did everything short of taking a Geiger counter and trying to find it electronically. And she announced to Jerry, "My beautiful pen is really gone." And Jerry said, "Oh, good, something to buy." And Esther protested, "I want that pen. That pen is special. That's the pen I want. That pen that I can't find, that's the one I want. My pen is lost, my pen is lost, my pen is lost." And then time went by. Leaves fell from the trees. You see the fade-ins and outs. Hear the music in the background. And then one day, Esther was looking for her little perfume sprayer. And she thought, "I think I left it in that purse." She went to that purse and reached in with confidence that she would find that little sprayer, and came out with her gold pen that had been there during the first search, the second search, the third search, the fourth search. It had been there all along, but it was vibrationally unavailable to her because she was vibrationally activating the end of the stick that was equivalent to the absence of it, not the presence of it. And in exactly that literal way, everything that you want is available to you or unavailable to you, depending upon what you've got going on vibrationally. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. There is nothing off limits. You will notice a very wonderful unfolding as some who come before you will lay the basis of what you want to talk about. Since this gathering has already gathered vibrationally before you dragged your physical bodies here, we can announce to you in advance that it is going to be a wonderful unfolding. We can feel the power of that which you are, the stability of who you are, the intensity of the questions within you, and your proximity in being ready to hear the answers. In other words, when this vortex of all that is amassing for you is spinning and law of attraction is responding to it in the way that it is, the question that we really want to ask is, where are you in vibrational relationship to this? This gathering, this law of attraction based seminar is really teaching you the art of allowing. The art of allowing yourself to get inside this vortex. The art of allowing yourself to be who you are. The art of allowing yourself to close the gap. The art of allowing yourself to be the vibrational equivalent of what you want rather than the absence of it. Allowing resistance. So, as you're sitting here and you have things that you want to talk about, we promise you, you put them into this vortex long before you gathered here. And so they're there, they've been spinning, and all that is necessary for you to receive a full, sufficient, complete, and satisfying understanding has already amassed and has been downloaded to Esther, and we are ready to deliver it to you. It will be pithy and brilliant. And we will hit the nail on the head again and again and again and again. The question is, where will you be? Where will you be in vibrational relationship to the brilliance of your answer to your question? If you're irritated about the guy that's in the chair that's taking too long, you won't hear the answer even though we'll give it to him. In other words, relax and trust that you will hear what you've come to hear. And of course, we are appreciating deeply your willingness to come forth and let us give you a hard time from the hot seat. What do you want to talk about? Very good. Wonderful things. You are already percolating. You feel ease? I've got my hand in the air, and if I'm called on, great, and if I'm not called on, great. Yes? It would be wonderful to be called on. It will be wonderful not to be called on, yes? We're not feeling it.